From the hustle and bustle to relaxing anywhere you like with your laptop or smartphone. It's Throwback Thursdays today, and this is what we're going to be talking about. We have a special guest talking about where she was then and where she is now since starting this online business. So I'm really, really excited to interview her and kind of, go over about where she was back then and having her share her pictures because that's what the Throwback Thursdays is all about, right? Showing your awesome pictures of where you used to be and talking about where you are now. We put a little spin on it just because that would be cool. And we get some of our most successful online business owners up on this show. And I have a really special guest from Kenya, all the way from Kenya, joining us. But she's not originally from Kenya. She's going to explain a little bit about herself. So without further ado, let's introduce my very special guest, Angie. We're going to invite her up. Hi, Angie.
Hey,
God
hey,
bless you.
Georgia, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm great.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank
Um,
you for having me.
you're welcome. So I'll let you introduce yourself a little bit in the beginning before we get into the screen sharing of your pictures.
Cool. So, as Georgia has already alluded to, I'm in Kenya, but I'm originally from Zimbabwe. So, in 2008, my journey as a nomad began, and I moved to Tanzania, where I spent 10 years, then moved to the UK, and now I'm in Kenya. I do love living in foreign countries. I love immersing myself in foreign cultures and getting to learn more about other people's lives and their cultures. So, and I've worked in the logistics sector and then moved into consultancy. And before starting on this online business, I was a business consultant, helping companies with their business strategy, helping them to grow their businesses. So that's about me.
Wow, that's incredible. You are incredible. And the same thing with me. Like I love meeting people from all over the world. I was
Oh,
just
yeah.
saying before we went live, I'm like telling my daughter, she's from Zimbabwe. And but I was like, wow. And I'm like, yeah, she's living in Kenya. And I was like, wow. And we're like, now I find out you used to live in UK. It's like, wow. It's like, I love meeting people from all over the world. And we don't have to travel the world. We can actually sit in the comforts of our homes and meet some incredible people from all over the world with the wonderful magic of the internet,
You
which,
know?
yeah, is our segue to this interview. It's like what changed in your life since starting this online business because so much is happening in the online world lately, especially since this pandemic hit. It's like a rush of gold went into our business. There's so much success we've been having in our business since this pandemic came.
Mhm.
I see that. So I know we're talking about where you was then, where you are now. So if you want, we can screen share
Yeah.
your photo.
Yes, please.
I'll bring it up on here and you can do a little bit about talking about that. Okay.
So we've got those two pictures side by side, one with the cars and then the other. So prior to starting this online business, um, working in the corporate world, my days used to start at 5:30 and I'd be stuck in traffic for an hour going to the office. It wasn't so much that my office was far away from my house, but it was because of the gridlock. There were just poor road networks. So a journey that ordinarily would take me 30 minutes would end up being an hour and a half. And should it rain, God forbid, that would be 3 hours just one way. So I was constantly exhausted, getting up at 5:30, and I was also studying for my MBA at that time. So I'd get home and make a quick meal, then I'm sitting down to study. So I actually didn't have any time to relax. Then I would sleep at 10 and be up again at 5:30. By the time it was Wednesday, I was dead. My productivity basically tanked because of that exhaustion. But I did that because, hey, a girl's gonna earn a living, right? so so that is basically my life. And I know that even as I say this, there were people in my office who had it worse. I had colleagues who were getting up at 3 a.m. just to get to the office and be there on time. But 2020, my life changed. I found this online business, and my God, that was the end of my crazy commute. My day begins when I'm ready for it to begin. But tell you, tell you the truth though, I'm still like stuck in my corporate world mentality. So 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, I'm at my desk. I still like to have that continuity, that discipline. But what I love about this is I can do my job from any part, from anywhere. You've got me in that picture. I'd actually gone out to meet up with a group of ladies here in Kenya, and we had an awesome morning just hanging out. And at the end of that, I just took out my laptop and decided to do a bit of work. And I did it right at the restaurant. You know, like all
Mhm.
you need is to have internet and you need to have a smartphone or a laptop, and you can run your business from anywhere.
Amen. That's awesome. And so I lived in Toronto, like I said, and it was exactly like that, Angie.
Mm.
Like if we was to go to a doctor's appointment just to check up the babies, oh my goodness, it would take me like an hour and a half, and it was only supposed to be like a 15-minute drive. And we was always late. We was always late. It's like, oh my goodness, we
Oh
can't get
God.
any time. Yeah, so I totally remember. That's one of the reasons why I moved away from Toronto, because the traffic, the hustle and bustle, I was constantly busy with my business. Same thing. I was not a business. I used to do advising. I was a business owner, but I could totally relate to you, and I know so many people could relate to you. Um, so now, like,
That's
look at
good.
you. Yeah.
And you know what? It got to a point where I decided that it was either I save money or I save my sanity. So in the end, I hired a driver just so that I didn't have to concentrate on the roads. It
Wow.
was that bad.
Wow. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. So you got some work done maybe while you were on your way to work.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I
See,
would read.
you'd read.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally what I would do. Yeah, I would get some type of work done or read or listen to a podcast. We have the same mindset, a very focused business mindset. Yeah.
Because it was just a waste of time. Imagine 1 hour and you're having to concentrate because you've got people trying to cut across and driving dangerously. So you can't even relax as you're driving. And I was getting mad, man. It just wasn't working.
No.
Yeah.
Was that in Kenya? Where was that?
This was in Tanzania.
Tanzania.
Yeah.
Wow. So what part of the country is Tanzania? Tanzania?
It's in East, so that's in East Africa, and I was in Dar es Salaam, so that's the capital city.
So it was like a big major city, lots of
Oh yeah.
traffic.
Mm,
Wow. Oh my goodness.
yeah.
So you've done a lot of traveling.
I have. I love it. It's one of my passions.
Wow.
Backstory to that. I've always loved to travel, but for the longest time I couldn't afford it.
Hmm.
And it was just costly. But when I started saving enough money and I could actually travel, I go on holiday. It's my one way of spending money. I'm not so much into fashion and things like that, but
Hmm.
talk to me about visiting a new country and I'm your girl.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
totally me. I love to travel. I'm one of those that really is smart, with money, and thinking a lot about investing and reinvesting all of the money that I'm making in this business. It's all about thinking no more just blowing it all on just one house or blowing it all on just one car. I want to think about how I could grow in a bigger income and
Yeah,
invest in something far more incredible, like a house where many people could live, so you can make an and continuous income, or just keep reinvesting and reinvesting. But I do
that's
love
a
to travel.
great mindset.
Yeah, yeah.
It is.
Uh-huh. I did a little show with my friend from the online business. She came up with a money talk on her page. And it's
Yeah.
pretty cool. We talked about money. We talked about Robert Kiyosaki. We talked about how so many people are scared to talk about money because they don't have it. They're scared to invest. They're in debt. And she said it's not a scary thing. Let's talk about money. Let's talk about how you can invest, or how you could being smart. And the typical dream is to buy yourself a house and buy a car and live for the rest of your life paying off this house. That's the old way of thinking. Now is thinking, how can I get more streams of income? How can I keep making more money and keep excelling over and over and over, so that way I could be able to travel the world, be able to live my dreams, be able to follow what it is, what I want to be, a musician, an actor, because there's all of those things in our community, whatever it is that we want to be. So I know that this is helping so many people follow their dreams in their life, this online business, because it's helping me to follow my dreams. So has it helped you in any way to follow your dreams, or what is something that you've been leaning towards or wanting to do that you was not able to do before starting this business?
You know what? I like that you talked about having multiple income streams because for the longest time, I actually didn't buy into that concept. And it was really informed by what I saw around me.
Hmm.
I saw people around me who had these little ventures that they were doing that really didn't make an impact in their lives. So either they were buying and selling, not that I have anything against buying and selling if you're doing it right, but it's just that the people around me were doing it. All they managed to do was probably just buy food for the day from the adventures. So in my mind, I kind of thought, why would you want to have multiple income streams? Why not just concentrate on being good at my job in the corporate world,
Hmm.
climb the corporate ladder, get promoted, and earn more? Because that sounds like a better plan, right? But 2020 got me thinking about that, and it made me challenge my
Hmm.
beliefs and started looking around to find if there was actually anything that I could do that was worth the effort. Yeah. So I'm not talking about just wanting to buy an extra pair of shoes because I can do without it.
Hmm.
It wasn't just about putting food on the table because I can do that already, so I don't need that. But I wanted something that was going to actually make a difference in my life. Those dreams that I had in the way in the past that I had written off because I was kind of like, I'm never going to do this. Yeah. So those are the dreams that I was trying to revive. And this online business ticked those boxes.
Well,
All of a sudden, I started seeing myself as I've got a passion for property. I love real estate. And I have always wanted to get into property development. I didn't have the money. So it was just, oh, well, we'll do it at some point. But since starting this business, I actually do have a vision of what that's going to look like.
hmm.
I can
Wow.
already see it. And I'm like, this is great. So this business actually has transformed my life in the sense that I am now able to dream bigger. And it's not just, oh, but this might not happen. I can actually feel it. It's tangible for the first time in my life.
Wow. Ah, so true. So true with me too. I love that. Yeah, it's true. So many people are thinking the corporate world is where to be, no risk. Businesses
Yeah,
are risky, risky, risky. I say, just like you said, since the pandemic, how many people lost their jobs? How
a
many
lot.
people? Yeah, it was like all my friends around me, they was out of their jobs, or some were reduced hours, some were reduced to
Yeah,
home because and paid lesser because they were working at their home. Um, and even my husband, like he couldn't run his food cart. Like luckily we had this business running, and I made big money. Like I made really, really, really good paydays during those times. And
yeah,
I was like, thank God, you skeptical guy. You were skeptical, and look at me. Okay, I did it, and I kept us going during the pandemic. So I was like, you know what? Thank God. God blessed me. And same thing, like I was thinking too, even with this business, like, okay, this business, just concentrate on this business. Now I'm thinking the money I'm making, I'm going to reinvest this money in other things
exactly.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it's
yeah,
like I'm gonna keep going. And do you know Grant Cardone? Do you know who Grant Cardone is?
yeah.
Okay.
I've got a passing acquaintance with
Oh,
the
really?
name. No,
So
just the name.
he he has this book. It's awesome. You have anybody who's watching, anybody who wants to know about excelling and just getting motivated, get his book
Mhm.
10x Rules. Listen to it on audible because it's him talking, and he's very, very driven, and he's very motivational. So he talked about how it's selfish. He said it's so selfish to not want to succeed. It's so selfish to not want to be a millionaire. He said, you know why? When you become a millionaire, when you become a billionaire, when you make all this money, you can donate to the world. You
Yeah,
can donate to countries who need it. You can help out people who need your help. Put your kids through schooling. You could put even other countries' children through schooling. You can do so many different, beautiful, wonderful things by having an incredible income generating monthly, daily, weekly, yearly. So it's when he said that, it clicked in my head. And it was like, I'm going to change the world.
oh, definitely. You
Yeah,
can.
we can, we will, and we can. And if we have the will, we can do it. And that is one of my dreams, Angie. And that's one of my goals. And I know it's already set. It's already set in stone. I know it's already ordained for me, is to help people all around the world, to set them up to the point where it's not just, oh, I'm donating to somebody food or housing. No, I want to help people worldwide so that way they can have the ability and access jobs and be able to continue to make an incredible income to provide for their family, homes, food, water, clothing, like all these things I have in my mind. And this business is funding that, and is getting me closer and closer and closer. And I'm meeting so many amazing people. When God something,
Yeah,
amen. Yeah, when God has
yeah,
something ordained for you, he makes certain things just fall in place, and you'll meet certain people. You'll come together with certain opportunities. You'll be able to do so many amazing things, and it will just all work out together. So just like you said, you even got a driver to drive you because you were so sick of having that. And it's like God gave you, He ordained you, He made you to have something so incredible like this business. And if you keep your mind open to an opportunity, it will come knocking, like they say. And if you close your mind to that opportunity, it's like, how are you ever going to know? But don't get me wrong, there's skeptical things out there, right? Like there are
oh yeah.
things that we should be skeptical of. Like there's things that out there that's not what they say it is.
That's very true. And I like the fact that you mentioned that just making money in this business isn't the be all and end all of what this business is about. It's about being able to do all those other things that you've always wanted to do, helping others. Um, there's a scourge of urban poverty and just poverty in general, which all it needs is just concerted effort by people who've got money to get rid of it. And if the money is in the right hands, that is something that can happen. And it's just a matter of all of us playing our small part, using the resources that we've got and doing it. But if you don't have the money, or if you only have enough to move you from payday to payday, then that restricts your ability to make a real difference in people's lives. So, and for me, this was one of the reasons why I actually said yes to this business, because the potential, the earning potential is awesome. It's unlimited. It's
Exactly.
just it's just you. How much do you want to earn? How much time and effort are you going to put into it to um, make your dreams come true? The ball is in your court.
Amen. I love the way you said that because that's what as a coach, this is exactly what I talk about with people when they're getting started in this business. So
Mm.
their step is to have their call with me, and I go over that and I ask them, like, how much do you want to make? What are you looking to make? How many hours could you put into this business? Let's set you up properly so you can get what it is that you want out of this
Mhm.
business. And that's exactly what I do. I set them up for success in every single way. We're having so many successes lately, Angie. That's why I was a little late getting on. I was
Yeah.
helping my mentees, yeah, helping my business partners. We're having successors. They're getting buyers. We're getting awesome paydays. They're getting leads. They're messaging me. What should I do here? What should I do there? Um, and I'm like, you're doing everything right. You're doing everything right. One of the biggest things I've realized in starting this business, we always second guess ourselves.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Even me, I used to do the same thing. I look at my business partners that I mentor and coach. I'm like, these people are so intelligent. They're so smart. They're so motivated. They're incredible people. And they second doubt themselves. They second guess themselves. I'm like, you guys are doing incredible. You guys knew what button to click. You guys knew how to do this and do that. And they, as soon as they get into that momentum of, oh my goodness, I could do it, they start succeeding above and beyond, and there's no stopping them. There's no stopping them.
I love that.
Um, Amen. So if you wanted to give a little piece of advice today, I guess since the subject is about our online business, what kind of little piece of advice would you want to give everybody watching if they're interested in starting this online business, or if they have inquiries and they're still unsure about it?
Yeah. So when I started this online business, well, before I started, when I had a look at it, I was skeptical. I was thinking, is this going to happen really? Is this true? And I think it's only natural that we should be skeptical. We've been presented with so many things on the online sphere that it's hard to tell what's correct and what's legit and what's not. But what I would say is watch the webinar. That's the starting point. It's 90 minutes of your time. If you're really serious about making a difference in your life, if you're really serious about getting unstuck, then invest that 90 minutes in learning about this online business. Find out what it is that makes us rave about it. Do your own due diligence, because don't base it on what Georgia says or what Angie says. Do your own due diligence and find out. Ask questions. It is imperative that you ask questions. And I know this because as a business consultant, when I'm talking to business owners and I need to help them, I have to ask them questions. So it has just become ingrained in my psyche to ask questions. Don't fall into anything that you haven't quite understood. Ask questions, seek that advice that you need. And but above all, don't sit there just watching and waiting for the perfect moment because it's never going to come.
Right.
Grab the opportunity by the horns and get running with it. The sooner you start, the sooner you're going to see the results that you want. So, my advice to you is click on our links.
Mhm.
Georgia will tell you her link and register for the webinar. Take the time, watch it. And if this excites you, then go with it.
Amen. Thank you for that. And what is your link, Angie? Because I don't have it. What?
My link is www.angycharumbira, quite long.com. Let me
Okay.
just type it in.
Yeah, you can put it in there. Or
It
you
is
guys
quite
can put, yeah, you guys can put it on you can rewind this after. There you go. Let's see. Um, Let me just see here if I can see it. Okay. Oh, it's in the chat.
Yeah, it's in the chat. Oh, it's in the chat.
Oh,
Let me
it's a
put it in
part.
the comments.
Yeah, there you go. You can put it in the comments.
Yeah,
Okay, so
coming up.
yeah, it's not coming up.
Not yet. I don't have that box yet.
You guys can rewind this and just remember how to spell it if it doesn't come back, or we can add it into the comments
Oh yeah.
afterwards. Or you know what, guys, reach out to me. Mine is georgiawilliams.ca, and I would be your mentor and coach, helping you every step of the way. And if you wanted Angie to help you get started, she would be your mentor. She mentors people in this business all the way from Kenya. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. If you had a special connection with her today, you can definitely right there. Oh, she changed it. Her
I've
website's
changed
up
it,
there.
so I've just changed my name.
Awesome.
In the,
Yeah, so it's right there. You can
yeah.
head to her website and you can register for the workshop and see what this is all about. So I really loved the way you said that. Take that opportunity by the horns and run with it, go with it. Um,
Definitely.
Amen. So many people are really scared to take hold of their life and hold of an opportunity. And to anybody who's watching, just as Angie said, don't wait for something to pass you by. If you landed on this video, if you landed on my business page, if you're landing here today, something is meant. The same way I landed on a post over 2 years ago talking about this business, it was God sent. Don't pass opportunities by that you feel something in your heart to do. Don't think, no, maybe, what if, I don't know. Just go with it. Go with it, because you're always going to think, what if that would have been my breakthrough? What if that would have been my big change? Because that's what happened for me. And that's what happened for Angie. It's happened to so many of us. We are one of the most successful online businesses in the world right now. I'm very grateful. We have an incredible system. We have a credible business. The system is always running 24/7, even when we're sleeping. That's why you'll see so many times I'm celebrating and so shocked that I'm getting so many leads at 1 a.m., 12 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m. It's like, oh my goodness, I wake up to pure success. And that's what this business can do for you. But don't get me wrong, it's not a get rich scheme. You have to put your time and effort into it. You have to work on your business like any other business. But this business is the online world. It brings you success where you don't have to go out to get it. You could sit in the comfort of your phone, of your home on a phone, and have your ads sent worldwide, because there's billions of people on the internet on a regular basis. So thank you for joining, Angie. I won't take no more of your time. I know it's beautiful and early there in Kenya.
And
So
you need to go and sleep. It is
yeah.
late.
Like I said, I don't sleep early. I told them I'm an owl. I'll work on my business when the kids are sleeping.
Yeah.
So, and that's what moms should do. Any moms out there that are stay-at-home moms, or even dads, stay-at-home dads, or people who are working and they come home early, stay up a little, work on this business, make it a beautiful success and an empire, because that's what I built. I built my business after my kids went to sleep at night each night. That's how I built this business, spending a few hours a day and a few hours a day on this business at night, and throughout the day just working on it here and there. When the kids are, settled or being good, I'll just look into it, work on it, post maybe. But thank you for joining. God bless you. God bless everybody who
You.
joined. And you're welcome. I will see everybody next Thursday for Throwback Thursdays. So bye everyone.
Bye, guys. Have a great day or night.
Yeah, or night. Bye.